Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I wanted to show you, actually, first of all, we're going to have a mail call at the end. Got some new packages in the mail. I'm going to show you these really cool Green Lantern Legos that I got and talk a little bit about that. But before we get to there, I just want to show you a couple other things. I want to show you, I did a new setup where I finally cleared off when I have a shelf on one wall in this room here that's just filled with all the stuff that I'm selling, like online, on eBay and all that. But I finally got it down to where I could clear out one shelf, so I put up a little bit of a display on there. So let's check that out real quick. All right, so here is that shelf. And start with, I put a couple comic books on each side of the shelf, on the just kind of the floor of the shelf itself. But this one in particular is really cool. It's what if Venom had possessed the Punisher? So basically, what if Frank Castle, the Punisher, had gotten the Venom suit? So as you see there's a really cool take on, the Punisher symbol with the Venom symbol kind of mixed mashed. So that's pretty sweet. And then I've got my Maximum Carnage stuff set up all along the back here. Oh, there's my Black Spider-Man patch. Of course, the big white spider. Love that big white spider. And then there's all the Maximum Carnage books all kind of lined up. I kind of wanted a place to put all those. And then, of course, they continue on here and there. And then the rest of the set finishes up with here and there. And then also I busted out this Lego set. I never put this together. It's still in the box, still sealed. But it's the old Spider-Man set that comes with the Hobgoblin and the Ghost Rider with a cool Ghost Rider motorcycle. And then, of course, on top here, I've got some really old, I don't know if those were McDonald's Simpsons guys, but, some old Simpsons guys from way back in the 90s. And then, of course, a Daffy Duck playing cards. I don't know, kind of looks like an accordion, but it's got a deck of cards that he's shuffling. And then I think these were, cereal box Flintstones dinosaurs. I think the orange one glows in the dark. And of course, this is a Happy Meal transforming Happy Meal box into a dinosaur. And then, of course, I have my Hot Wheel collection here. Nothing special, just a lot of the Mustangs and junk like that, and then some movie cars, TV cars. But the back two rows in particular are actually cars from when I was a kid. So most of that back two rows are Hot Wheels I had as a child, up until about here. Then just the back row. Of course, they're all old and beat up, and then, of course, there's a little bit more. But then, of course, the front ones are all ones that I bought more recently. A lot of my Mustangs and TV cars, movie cars. Oh, look, there's Anakin Skywalker's Aether Sprite from the Clone Wars. And then, of course, Herbie the Love Bug, Batmobile, DeLorean, the A-Team van. We got the A-Team van. Of course, we got General Lee and the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. And another version of DeLorean. And then, of course, this is an FAO Schwartz kind of custom figure or custom car that you can get. When you used to be able to go into New York, FAO Schwartz, there was a machine where you could make your own Hot Wheel. And this was the one that I had made. Actually, I had made this one for my dad. And then I recently found this, too. This is the Micro Machines X-Men jet. So it's the cool X-Men jet for Micro Machines. And that's pretty old. That's, I think, from the 90s, back when Micro Machines was kind of putting out some cool stuff. All right, so let's get back to business over here. Let's check out that Green Lantern Lego set real quick. This isn't worth anything crazy yet on eBay by any means. I mean, I think you can still buy it for $40, but it's the only Lego set that was specifically made for the Green Lantern. And this is, of course, supposed to be one of his constructs that he makes with his ring. He uses the power of his ring to create things, and that's what they use for battle. And this is one of the constructs that he makes. And it'd be really cool, I think, to find a bunch of really cool, just clear green Legos, just like a ton of cool green Legos, so just clear green Legos, so you can actually put together a bunch of different crazy constructs, like the Green Lantern would do. I mean, you could just create anything, because basically that's what the ring does. You could basically create anything with the ring, and it's basically as far as their imagination goes, and that's the kind of stuff that they make. So really cool to just make up a bunch of different, cool different things with the clear green Legos. And then, of course, it came with the Hal Jordan. So this is the Hal Jordan Lego Green Lantern. You actually can buy some really cool bootleg Green Lantern Lego figures on eBay. You actually get all the different Green Lanterns that there ever was, basically, for really cheap. They're not exactly officially licensed Lego, but they fit, and they're the same size, and they fit on regular Legos. And then, of course, for some reason, this set came with a spacesuit Batman. So this is the spacesuit Batman. Came with an extra head. Let's kind of have the head plugged in, so I guess when he maybe has the helmet off, or I don't know, maybe just change his face, maybe just a different mouth. But that's a spacesuit Batman. Kind of came with him some spacey wings, almost kind of reminiscent of Archangel from X-Men. And then, of course, it came with Thal Sinistro, because you can't have Green Lantern without having a bad guy. This is the only way you could ever get the style Sinestro. Same thing with the Green Lantern Hal Jordan. I think that's the only way you could ever get that minifig, is if you bought the set. And of course, Sinestro came with his own little construct, but it's just like a big kind of axe, that of course that he made with his ring. And then I think the whole premise of this set is that he has captured the Green Lantern's power battery, or his actual lantern that he uses to charge his ring with. So basically, Hal Jordan's supposed to go and rescue his power battery from Sinestro. So I thought that was pretty cool. I kind of recently dug that out from my business stuff. I may have actually shown that a long time ago when I did a video on DC figures. And one other thing I wanted to show you too before we get to the mail call is this old Wizard magazine that I busted out. It was actually in the side of my comic book box, kind of just in the side, kind of along the comics. So the comics are stacked up like this, and this was kind of slid into the side. But this is Wizard Comics issue number 9. Or Wizard Magazine issue number 9. And this is kind of the original glory years of Wizard Magazine. This is from the first year. It actually came with this poster. So the poster inside of this magazine is of this picture of Venom on the flag. And the poster's still inside. I'm not going to open it up right now, but I just want to show you that just because it's a really cool Venom picture. So yeah, let's get to the mail call. What's in the mail? What came in the mail? I guess some really cool stuff I've actually been looking forward to getting in the mail that's in some of these. And this one I actually picked up fairly cheap on eBay. And this was something I didn't know existed prior to me finding it on there. And I'm actually kind of delving into getting some more of comic books of this like, just because I really like kind of how these stories go and how the kind of chance meetings that they have. It's basically when comic book companies cross over to other companies, and not so much like the other weird side companies, but more Marvel and DC. Like, I love it when Marvel and DC cross paths. It's always interesting to see, because there's always people arguing about who's stronger and who would win, who fought who. And of course, we got a lot of those questions answered in the whole Marvel versus DC crossover thing that happened, and the whole amalgamation after that. But this one, yeah, I never knew that this one existed, so I was kind of excited when I saw it. But yeah, this is actually Green Lantern meets the Silver Surfer in a graphic novel. So I don't know if this was ever put out, say, in like a comic book series and then mashed up into this graphic novel. Probably not, because I think they kind of have a thing with the advertisement. They don't want to cross the advertisement, sponsorship, and all that. So this probably only did come out like this. But it's really cool to see the Green Lantern meet up with the Silver Surfer. And actually, recently on Facebook, I was kind of buying some comic books off one of those Facebook groups, and a guy had like a really cool Silver Surfer Marvel Legend figure. That's a new Walgreens exclusive, but it comes with the Silver Surfer board and Mjolnir, the Thor hammer. So that's going to be really cool to put onto a Marvel Legends Venom, because at the end of the King of Black, like I said, Venom takes the Silver Surfer surfboard and Mjolnir, the hammer of Thor, and mashes them together into a new weapon to be able to fight and defeat the symbiote god Null. So yeah, super excited to get those when they come. But these, one of these packages I've actually been waiting for about 4 weeks now. And I got a hold of the guys and said, oh, we'll be shipping it this time, and then they never did. And then I got a hold of them again, oh, we'll be shipping it then. But I guess they have a store somewhere, and the store was moving, and they couldn't locate one of the books that I had ordered from them. But when it came down to it, it was the one book I really didn't care about. I just kind of like added it in, just kind of like a filler for the issue number that it was, because I was getting kind of the rest of the set of that particular series. And this is actually that package. So yeah, good guess on that. And this is a comic book company called One Stop. So we're about to see if this is a good company to order from. So One Stop Shop, comic books, and they also do games. So I'm about to find out how good their books are. And they had some really cool editions of what is called, which you're about to see here, as a series called The White Widow, created by Jamie Tyndall. And Jamie Tyndall has basically been at every single Comic-Con I've ever been at. And he, of course, always has a booth set up with all of his White Widow stuff. And I've never really bought any of it because, it's his heart. He's basically just like J. Scott Campbell. And so it's really good art. But J. Scott Campbell rubbed me wrong the one time that I met him. So I didn't really buy any of Jamie Tyndall's stuff, or, I don't really keep any J. Scott Campbell stuff just because of that. Sorry, Jamie. I mean, I love his stuff. It's good stuff. And I'm, buying some of his books now, so I guess I'll be making up for that. But these are special editions. I'm not sure if they are exclusive to somewhere or another, but these are White Widow #1, Sabine Rich cosplay editions, and they're basically takes off of Spider-Man. So this is supposed to be Mary Jane. So there's Mary Jane, and she's at night drinking her wine and kind of her panties. And then this is supposed to be the Black Cat, kind of in the morning, drinking her morning cup of coffee or tea or whatever that is. But yeah, so that's basically the reason why I kind of clicked into the site and bought those, because I wanted to find those. But then also, since while I was at it, I was like, yeah, I might as well get some of the other numbers. So I did, and looks like they sent me the wrong ones. Yeah, this is definitely, one of them is wrong. This isn't the one that I ordered, but that's okay. I'll get a hold of them, and then hopefully they'll send me the right one. But this was issue #3, lenticular edition, but I ordered a different version of this. So if you move it just like so, it's like it changes. So that's what lenticular does. It's kind of a different funky thing. So yeah, so it changes from that and back into that. But that's the wrong one. This isn't the one that I ordered. So we will see what they say about that. And then we got issue #4. Now this was just a cool cover. I'm not quite sure. Some of these I ordered because, well, #3 I ordered because it was Mike DeBalfo, and that's also Mike DeBalfo, but I didn't order that from them. I actually ordered that one from somebody else, so I didn't need that. So now I'm going to have two, as you'll see in this video, because one of the other packages I have has another one of those in it. But then while I was at it, I figured I'd get #4, and this one kind of looks like Mike DeBalfo. I'm not quite sure who the artist is. Maybe it is, but it's just another really cool take on this White Widow character. And the cool thing about White Widow is basically she's a mashup of what looks like, it's like Spider-Man, but also like the Black Cat is Spider-Man, and there's also a symbiote. So it's kind of like a perfect mashup for me, because I love the Black Cat, I love Spider-Man, I love the Black Spider-Man, and I love the symbiote. So it's just kind of a really cool combination character to kind of tie all those into one person. And then let's see, here we go. And then I ordered this one too from them, as it's a cool special edition, variant that's exclusive to somewhere. I forget who the artist was here. Maybe it'll say, Ryan Brown was the artist of this. But this is a really cool take on the Black Cat. So yeah, so I picked that one up as well. So that was awesome. And then just while I was at it, picking up the rest of the set, I got an El Garza version of #5. And El Garza, he's another one of my favorite cover artists. He does some really cool stuff for Grim Fairy Tales and all that. And yeah, I just thought that was a really cool cover. And I have an original from El Garza that I still haven't shown you guys yet on here, but eventually I will get to that. Alright, moving on. Let's see what we got here. So this one might be more White Widow. And the other one of these two packages is all like Venom with one White Widow, and then the other package is just White Widow. Just because there I found cool variants. So like I said, that one I showed you, that was the wrong one. I found that one, and I wanted that one too, so I picked up another one, or that, but yeah, that's not the one I wanted for those guys. Let's see here. Let's just tear this open and make it a little easier. Yep. Oh yeah, see, these guys are smart. This is how I started shipping my comics. Now that I sell some comics, and this is how I ship them. I put in these really cool new comic shippers, into the flat rate envelopes. Basically, it saves you money, because if you don't put them in that envelope, it could cost you $15. But if you put it in that envelope, it only costs you $8. So that's sweet. It works out perfectly well for me. And let's see, which one did we get here? Which one did we get here? Alright, so, this is going to be, these are the ones with the Venom. Sweet. So let's check these out. Super excited to get these, because this guy, he had them on eBay for super cheap. I mean, generally a lot of people are charging a lot of money for these newer Venom issues. But this guy, on his site, he just had a bunch of them for like $2. So I was like, sweet, I'll take those. And so I ordered, a bunch of them from him. And he was nice enough to combine shipping for me, so I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for a bunch of shipping. And there's a really cool White Widow variant in here. It's like a kind of a variant of the original appearance of Carnage. So let's see. I'll show you that one first, because it's just like the original. It's an Amazing Spider-Man #361, but it's White Widow. So there's that one. It's an exclusive to them, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, really cool. And the cool kind of gold foil on the top, and definitely sweet resemblance to that original Carnage appearance in Spider-Man. So I'm excited to get that one. And then we got some cool Venom books. We got some cool Venom books. Let's see. Let's get these all situated so I can show them to you all nice and quick. Alright, so we got Venom number 158. That was kind of a cool looking issue. He's fighting Kraven the Hunter. So I thought I'd pick that one up. I mean, they had a bunch of those comic books on there, Venom books, but I just picked out the covers that I really liked. You know, it's kind of what I do in buying some of these books. And Venom 154, and that's pretty awesome. You know, the symbiote kind of coming off of Eddie. Eddie kind of looking a little creepy there, but still pretty sweet cover. Of course, a big white spider, as I love. And issue number 164. Another pretty cool take on Venom. Let's see, it's the Mark Bagley. Bagley didn't do the art on the cover, but he's definitely an artist on the inside, and I love Mark Bagley's art. So I'm anxious to see what that looks like inside. And I picked up 152 just because I thought this was funny, that this is a Venom issue, but for some reason it had Polaris on the cover. So I wonder if maybe Polaris is inside the cover, but this is a take off of, was it the original X-Men series of cards? The Polaris card looked just like this. So that's pretty funny that they did kind of a homage to that on this particular issue. I'm not sure what she has to do with Venom, but yeah, like I said, maybe she's in that issue. And then we got Venomverse number 1, which is pretty awesome because, as you can see, there's a bunch of different characters with symbiotes on them. So this you see a Captain America Venom. There's a Wolverine in a Venom suit. Looks like Deadpool in a Venom suit. There's Rocket Raccoon in a Venom suit. And then, what's that, Doctor Strange, maybe? Yeah, it might be Doctor Strange there on top in a Venom suit. So that's pretty awesome to see. I mean, you know, I love seeing different characters wear the Venom suit and how they would actually, you know, look wearing it. Because there's always different appearance for different characters wearing the suit. Always looks like something different. And then this one is Venom number 12 from the current series. And this is Donny Cates, you know, Venom run. And I just thought it was a really cool cover. So I picked that up, big white spider, and then this guy on here, he looks like one of the aliens, like smashed up with Cyclops and something else, you know, like Alien Predator and all that. So I just thought it was a really cool cover, so I picked that up. Alright, move on. Last but not least, we got, these are going to be the White Widow variants. That one you've already seen, and the one I didn't get. I'm going to have to write them and wonder what they're going to say about that. Let's see. Looks like these guys have extra padding and all that, which is fine by me. We don't want anything ruined. We got another envelope inside an envelope. Packages inside packages. You know, I do that too myself. Alright, yeah. So this is the one we already seen. And I bought this just because I wasn't going to get it with the other order. But yeah, so there's another one of those. Don't need 2 of those. But that's alright. Then we got this one. Yeah, so there's a different one. This is a White Widow number 2. Since I didn't get a White Widow number 2 in that other set, it's fine that I kind of make it up with this. And this one's kind of a cool foil holographic cover. It's kind of hard to see in this, maybe. Yeah, because it's a really kind of a slight holographic. You know, it's not like, it doesn't stand out like a lot of holographic covers do, but it's a holographic cover. Even if you can't tell. And then last but not least, see this one. It's in Mike DeBalfo Lenticular, White Widow number 2, which is pretty cool. See as you move it, the costume changes, which is pretty awesome. Alright, well I guess I'm going to have to get a hold of that company and see if they can give me the one that I ordered. But other than that, if you like my content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon.